Hello and welcome to the Vobes Show. My name's Richard Vobes and this is the first of the new Vobes shows that I have decided to do here on YouTube. You're very, very welcome. And I'm a little bit nervous actually. This is the first show and the Vobes Show's been a podcast for, I don't know, it was for about 10 years and then I stopped doing it. I was in a beach hut in Worthing in West Sussex and decided that enough was enough. So then there was this sort of period of time where I was basically just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. Twiddle, 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 like that. And I figured, no, I'm bored of not being on the air, not broadcasting, not doing my thing. And although I've tried lots of other things, well, nothing was quite the same. So here am I with my trusty microphone, my trusty camera, my trusty viewers, my trusty teapot. And I'm back. I'm back to bring to you some more exciting entertainment. So go easy with me because it's been a long time since I have done the 30-minute impromptu show. Now, you may notice that there are a few what I call jump cuts in this. And when I've watched other people doing YouTube videos, I've always sort of hated all that business of jump cutting. But I can see exactly why, because they're essential. They're essential. Essential. In the old days, I just used to let the recorder do its thing, and no matter what went wrong, and many things did go wrong, gentle. I nearly called you gentle listener, and many things did go wrong, gentle viewer, in ye oldie days. So it's not quite the same this time. This isn't a beach hut. This is the back room, but the back room doesn't sound as good. So I still have my sort of beach hut kind of thing, and it's in my logo. So from a beach hut in Worthing, in West Sussex, at the foot of the South Downs and the edge of the English Channel, this is the Vobes Show.
You're listening to Richard Vobes.
Now, we've just had an election, and oh my God, what a disaster it has been. Well, it depends on which side of the fence and footing you have been. Of course, if you are in the Labour camp, then you're probably breaking stones at this moment, but with glee, because you've gone really high, although actually you didn't win. Whereas if you're with the Conservatives, you still didn't really win either, and yet you should have done. What did you do wrong? Well, you kind of mucked it up, didn't you? Firstly, you called a snap election when really you didn't need to. And secondly, some of your policies have really pissed people off and now they don't trust you. So trying to be Donald Trump clearly is not the answer. For me, one good bit of news, because I like all of Britain, and I want to keep all of Britain together, I think it's quite good that the SNP have lost a few seats, and effectively what it's saying is that the breakup of the union is not going to happen, because I think that would be terrible. I mean, if Scotland was to wave goodbye on its own, England would be a sadder and less good place. Now, if the government, for example, has to get together with, and I don't know, what's going to happen, nobody knows, but if they have to get together with the DUP, which is the Democratic Unionist Party? It's Northern Ireland, basically. I think that's good. I think that is good because, you see, every time on the news I ever hear about Northern Ireland, I always think of the old days, the Troubles, the bombs. Well, these days we've got bombs of our own to worry about from other quarters, haven't we? But when I used to think about that, that's what Ireland became when growing up in the UK in the 1970s. And I think it would be great to get together with Northern Ireland because it is part of Great Britain and it is part of the UK and it is part of what we all stand for. So it would be nice to hear. And I know that on the old Vobes Show I used to have Irish listeners. So I think it would be bringing us all together. And that can't be a bad thing, can it? No. Marvellous. Now, what should we do about Theresa May, though, eh? Maybe, I know people aren't going to like this, Bring back Boris. That's what I say. Bring back Boris Johnson. He would make a fantastic Prime Minister. I mean, if only for 10 minutes. Obviously, he is a bit of a... Bring back Boris. A sore thing. Well, not the sore thing. What's the word I'm looking for? Bring back Boris. He is a bit of... what's that thing that you put in... Boris, a catalyst. No, that's not the thing. What is the thing that you put in? There is a thing. Hold on a minute. What's the thing that you put in that makes everything go Boris? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's Marmite, isn't he? You either like him or you don't. Bring back Boris. Bring back Boris. I think politics is so blooming serious and boring and... Well, not boring. It is interesting. It's not boring. Scrub that. Take that out. It's not that it's boring, it's just that it's so straight-laced. We've always got these people in their drab suits and they all look the same and they look... I was going to say like they look like the men from the ministry, but of course they are the men from the ministry. And we need to sort of inject a little bit of humour and a bit of fun and a bit of excitement and a bit of life, I think, into it. So I'm quite pleased, actually, that the younger people got off their butts and did vote. That's really good. So well done to you guys. The fact is, this must be something now that you do for the rest of your life. Not every day. We don't want these elections every day. We just want them occasionally. Every 5 years is fine. You know, if the government is wibbly wobbly, then that's what we need. Well, this is all going very swimmingly well, isn't it? I'm sitting here now. Normally in the show, I sort of had in the old days. I used to have these. Hello. Oh, I can't hear it. Of course, I can't hear it. It's plugged into the wrong thing. The lead that this is not being monitored by the camera. So in the old days, I would listen to myself, and it kind of gave you reassurance that you were doing quite well. But this is video, isn't it? I've got to get used. This is video. Did I mention that it's video? Yes, it's video. Ah, yes. Now, I know the question that you really are interested in is, where is Eric? Listeners who used to listen to the podcast will know that my friend Eric is down in the basement, but unfortunately I haven't got Eric with me at the moment. Eric? Eric! Where are you, Eric? He's not here. I think what it is, he's either comatose, he's either got dementia, he's hibernating for the winter, don't tell him it's the summer, or he's packed his bags and is working for another video operator, YouTuber, podcaster, whatever, who knows, somebody. So I'm not quite sure where he is, but he will be here. I'm going to figure out how to get him back into the basement. Now you might ask, what was Eric's role? Well, Eric's role, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the jury, Eric's role, my lord, he was in charge of the archiving. So I suppose in YouTube he will be the one that's going to create the thumbnails, the cards at the end, and the annotations and any enhancements that we need. He may be the one that ends up editing this thing. I mean, I don't have the time. You've got to understand, I'm a very busy man. I have many things to do. I've got more thumb twiddling to do for a start. That's just the beginning. I just wanted to make the show 10 minutes long, a little snappy little 10 minutes, possibly Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And we'll see how we go with that. And if you come along and if you can subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you think I'm getting somewhere, then that would be truly remarkable. If, on the other hand, you think it's absolutely disastrous and you think it's the worst thing that I've ever done in my entire life, then please write to me all your complaints on the back of a £20 note and post them to me, Richard Vobes, in Worthing. Do make a comment. I guess that's the thing. Nice comments to begin with. I'm not thick-skinned enough yet to take all the abusive, nasty, troll-like remarks that people do make on YouTube. So make sure you do that. Now, I believe the comments, this is what they do on YouTube. They look down like this, don't they? They go, the comments are down there. But actually, down there is, well, it's my crutch, to be fair, and then my legs, and then there's the floor. So don't go scribbling on my crutch, because I'm not very keen on that at all. This thing that I can't quite work out, being a video person and not an audio person, is what do I do with my hands? I used to have a desk. I used to have a desk. Didn't I have a desk? I used to do this. Yeah. What? No, I used to. Oh, there you are. Right. Oh, marvellous. It looks like Eric's back. Till the next time. Goodbye.
You're listening to Richard Vobes.